Good evening, Virtual Village family. How are you all doing on this Monday? I hope everybody is doing well. We are into week 16. That is amazing. Like 16 whole weeks. Y'all know in the beginning I was counting. Well, it's gone a little too far for me to do that, okay? Like it's past two hands. So, but y'all know how that goes. So we'll do it in twos. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 whole weeks of us together convening around literacy, culture, community, and love. Culturally affirming literature, that literature that lets us know, that reminds our babies and us as a community that we are beautiful, that tells us about our history, that tells our stories, okay, the things that are left out all the time. And we have those conversations here as well. Y'all know about that. This one right here and we go back and forth, back and forth. How are you doing, Rodney?
I'm doing fine. 16 weeks is 4 months.
It is.
4 months.
Geez. It's
Yes.
when you put it like that. Wow.
Yes.
So a lot of wonderful things have happened in 4 months. I think things that we could not have anticipated. A family has been formed, friendships have been made, a community has been built, and books have been read. What do you think? I'm pretty sure we've had over 100 stories read now,
Yeah. At
and
least more
probably
than that.
yeah, and the same with readers too, right?
Yeah, because 100 stories, that's just on average, 20 weeks, 5 stories a week. Is that right?
Yeah,
16 weeks, maybe a little more than that. So
yeah,
I
you
think we
do
read
that
more than
math.
that.
You
Yeah.
do that math there, Jordan. Yes,
Yeah, I
yes.
got to think about it. 16 weeks. So, yeah, a little bit more than five, six, 6 point something.
Amazing, amazing. So a lot has been going on here. A lot of wonderful things have been happening here that we just never could have anticipated. And a safe place for all of us during the time of COVID-19, a place where we can come together and convene and feel love and feel community and feel neighborly. And I mean, I have made some new friends in Florida, and of course, people in Hampton Roads who have been here, who, if it weren't for the virtual village, we never would have known each other. Shout out to Portia, our theme song writer and performer. This wonderful sister doing great things around here, and we never met, but because of this, now bonded. So just wonderful, wonderful things, connections across states, reading across states, just so many things surrounding literacy have happened as a result of the virtual village, and we're hoping that everybody right now during the summertime, that literacy is not stopping, because summertime is not the time to put those books down. It is actually the time that you want to pick all of those wonderful books up and make sure that there's reading, and more reading going on. And because it's summertime, it's a lot of fun things that can be done around reading, don't you think?
Absolutely, of course. That's the best time. That's the
Yeah.
best time to read. You can, I was down at my parents' house earlier today, and a cousin of mine came by. We were just sitting in the backyard, and it was a perfect opportunity to just read and share. So, summertime is the time for reading. I mean, all times the time for reading, but summertime's the time for some special reading.
Yes, can read outside. And it's so many fun, creative things to do to keep children engaged. Again, outside reading with some cool treats. Some fun summertime rewards as a result of reading, some good incentives. I like, reading forts and reading tents with children, like getting underneath those tents and forts, whatever. Some people call them forts. I used to call it a tent as a child, and getting under there maybe at nighttime and reading a little nighttime type of story, or I mean, do it in the day, whatever, but just make it fun. Miss Sky came here and told us to be creative, so I hope that's exactly what we are doing. So y'all see that Jordan is frozen. Okay, he's back. He was frozen for a little bit, frozen like Elsa, but he's frozen again. It happens, but nonetheless, Let's go over here and grab some of the comments, see who's tuned in with us right now. Of course, we got our precious baby girl, Shania, who says, good evening. I'm always looking for that good evening. Good evening, Pumpkin. Hope you are doing well. So glad that you are tuned in. And then we have Portia. Good evening, sis. I hope you heard the shout out that was just given to you. So glad to see you here. And then we have Miss Regina. Shout out to her too down there in Florida. Hope you are doing well. And I want to hear about your challenge that you guys are doing this summer. That you said Miss Regina, they are doing some cool things around culturally affirming literature down there in Florida. So sis, you have to fill us in, okay? You got to post this on the wall and let us know all about this, okay? So that some other people can maybe get involved and use some of the ideas that you have as well. And plus we want to give you your props for sure for that. Let's see. Portia is doing the math. Portia said 5 days a week times 3 books per night plus the initial Saturdays equals 240 books. Woo, woo, you better come through with that math, sis. You better come through with that math. That's a lot of literacy going on right there. That's a lot of culture going on right there. That's a lot of affirmation. That's a lot of history being taught. That's a lot of positive imagery. That's a lot of words being read. That's a lot of confidence being boosted. That's a lot of exposure. That's a lot of great things happening right there. Developing fluency, as our theme song says. So, hey. And then we got Glow. He said he's watching on YouTube. Let's get it. Thank you. So glad everybody on YouTube. What's up, Glow? Make sure you hit that like button. And if you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. And if you so feel like it, click a share so that other people can, tune in from the YouTube stratosphere as well. Yes. And Miss Regina says that she will be posting soon. I will be waiting. I cannot wait to find out about that. Like, I'm so serious. So I will be looking forward to those pictures. We are all looking forward to the pictures and what you guys are doing down there. Let us know. Jordan is back on the scene or not. Oh, Jordan. Y'all see what I have to go through.
Is that what?
What's Jordan doing, you guys? I want him to, be here.
I don't know. Can you hear me? I hear me. I can't tell.
Now I hear you. The sun is shining brightly on you.
Yes, the sun is shining and I'm sitting in a truck with no AC. So,
ooh, yikes. You're trying to lose some weight, sweating off the pounds or something. That's quite a feat there. But anyway, so you guys, I'm going. What are you laughing at? And it's me again. I'm back here by myself. So as y'all can see, Rodney is in transit. Okay, I don't know what he's doing. He is getting around the town. Something's going on there. So he's in and out. When he comes back, I'll bring him back in. But since he's not here, I'm going to cap off with some reading. What am I going to read? Let's see. I got my stash right here. How about I do a little vote? Okay. I'm going to pull over some books from my stash. I want to say this real quickly. Okay. Well, no, I'm going to wait. Because I got 3 books that came to us from and one of them is a prime member of our literacy gang. The other is someone who has been here and read, so who is a member. One is an officer of the literacy gang, one is a member of the literacy gang, and then the other is just a young lady in the Hampton Road, not just, but is a young lady in the Hampton Roads area who is an author, and I love what she's doing. So next week, I'm going to make an effort to show those books some love. I am long overdue on doing that, but it's going to happen when I get a little downtime. It's going to happen. But I'm getting ready to pull some books over here from my stash, from one of my stashes, and I'm going to hold up 3. And then I would love for you guys to tell me which book you would like for me to read. Okay, we're all about choice over here. Okay, we are all about choice. So let me hold on. Let me get it. Let me get it together. I should have had it together, right? Don't y'all be patient with me. Okay. I'm gonna hold out on that one. Y'all give me a minute. I'm going through the books, okay? I'm going through my stash. I didn't know that I was going to be having to go through the stash, so give me a second. Bear with me. Bear with your girl. Let me get through these books, okay? I got a lot of them. And I have so many stashes. It's really amazing how many stashes of Black children's books that I have. So I'm trying to narrow it down to the three. Don't y'all go anywhere. Stay right there while I find my three. I'm going to narrow it down to three. And all right. So I want you guys to be interactive with me, okay? I want y'all to be interactive right now. So let's see. I see Miss Regina said that she is signed up to read on the 16th, and she is bringing a special guest. Excellent, amazing, wonderful. We cannot wait. And I saw that you signed up. That is great. So you guys, I'm going to start out with these are your three options, okay? These are the options. I'm all about choices here, okay? Because I'm like Anita. I'm giving y'all the best that I got. Then there's a couple of them for you to choose to. So we have Please, Puppy, Please, which is by Spike Lee and his wife, Tanya Lewis Lee, okay? So that's option A, okay? And then we have Riley Can Be Anything. So that's option B, all right? Look at Riley there. He can be anything. And then y'all know I did I'm a Pretty Little Black Girl last week, which was just so excellent. So then there's also the joys of being a little black boy. That's option C. So right now, like an old school game show, everybody, I want you to go and punch in your buttons right now. Please vote for either option A. If you guys want to hear about Please, Puppy, Please, and the mischief of this little puppy right here, written by Spike Lee and his wife, please push A. All right. And if you guys are interested in Riley Can Be Anything, Riley can be anything. If you want to know what all Riley can be, then please push B. Okay. That would be B. And then the final option, it's like you're moving around too much, ma'am. You're moving around. And then the final one is C. The joys of being a little black boy. The joys of being a little black boy. All right. So that is A, B, and C. Right now, everybody go and punch in. Okay. A, B, or C. Because we are all about choice. Okay. Literacy choices around here. All right. Like I said, I'm giving you the best that I got. Oh, there's a tie. We have 2 A's and 2 C's. I need somebody to come on. Somebody who is watching. All right. Okay. It was close, but we got 3 A's. We got 3 A's. All right. So if I end up reading again, I'll do C, but you guys have been wonderful. Thank you for that voting action. That was so fun to me. I really enjoyed that. I felt like I got to be a literacy game show host this evening. So Please, Puppy, Please is the winner. Please, Puppy, Please is the winner. Okay. So we're going to get into this Please, Puppy, Please, written by, again, Spike Lee Lewis and his wife, Tanya Lee Lewis, and illustrated by Kadir Nelson. And we know whenever he does the illustration, it's going to be a treat. And there are some more great illustrators, though, and I'm actually friends with them on Facebook. So there's some tough illustrators out here. Definitely. Shout out to Gordon James and we got some wonderful illustrators around here, but we're going to rock this one. We're going to kick this one off. So Please, Puppy, Please. Look at that. Aren't they precious? Look at the little puppy, and then look at the little, oh man, y'all did a good selection here. Y'all did a good selection. Plus y'all like those Spike Lee joints, right? So you got some high expectations. So stay inside today, puppy, please, puppy. This puppy is up in the air. He is literally up in the air. I don't know if this puppy plans on staying inside, but we'll see. Outside, let's go play. Puppy, please. Now, this puppy is eating the paper, okay? We see we got a little mischievous puppy. A little mischievous puppy. All right. Away from the gate, puppy, please, puppy. But he's through the gate. It says away from the gate, but the puppy is through the gate. I don't know. This puppy has a mind of his own. Oh, wait, puppy, wait. Please, please, please. Gosh, look at the details of that puppy. He's coming for you. He's coming for you guys. You see him? Ah. Come back here. Don't go, puppy, puppy, please, puppy. Now she has a very authoritative stance right there. Let's see if it matters to the puppy. What do y'all think? Not the mud, puppy, puppy. Oh no, puppy, puppy, please. This puppy is getting his life, okay? He is on his back and he is in the mud, all right? He is having a puppy spa day and he does not care what these children are saying, all right? Rubber dub dub, please, please, puppy. Oh, rubber dub dub. Now the puppy's in the tub. Let's see. Get back in the tub, puppy, puppy, please. And off goes puppy. Off goes puppy. Watch out for the cat. Puppy, please. Puppy, please. Where's the cat? Oh. Ooh. Cat looks a little menacing to me. Oh, no, don't do that, puppy, puppy, please, puppy. Well. Shake it off. Look at the cat. Look at the cat. Cat got wet. Fetch me the ball, puppy, puppy, please. Look at the ball. Somebody could throw. Come when I call, please, please, please. Please, puppy. So now they have the cat. Is he going to come when they call? You're doing just fine, puppy, 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 puppy. Oh, look at the illustrations. So you got the puppy, the cat, and the little girl and the little boy. Always be mine. Please, please, puppy, please. So there we have it. Please, Puppy, Please by Spike Lee and his wife, Tanya Lewis Lee. That is Please, Puppy, Please. That was a great one. That's definitely one for the little ones. If you have a puppy, all about that summer reading, making it relatable to things that are going on in your life. So if you do happen to have a pet, I mean, you don't have to have one, even if you have a little stuffed pet, but if you do have a pet, it makes it even more interesting because this is a book about children spending time with their pet, obviously, or their pets. So that's a great read. And the repetitiveness is really fun for the little ones, reading that too or with the little ones. So, of course, I highly recommend this. So that's the end of another Spike Lee joint right there. Y'all knew about the Spike Lee movie joints, the 40 Acres and a Mule, but Spike Lee has the literacy joints as well. So that was a great one. Let's see here. Regina said that she loves the illustrations. Yes, they're so vivid. They are so vivid and bright and beautiful. I really enjoy them as well. They pull you in. That was a great book, says Shania. I'm glad that you all enjoyed that book. I really am. So right now, I'm going to bring my co-host back. He seems to be in a safe situation right now, and I think that he has a more stable connection. So we're going to bring him back.
I hope it's more stable.
I hope so as well. Well, look at you.
This is the first time I've done this from the phone. Always been on the computer.
Oh.
Yeah. That was a great story.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's better through the. I mean, I don't know. It's different when you do it through the phone because I had to do it through the phone. In where was I?
You were going to
for
Fairfax.
The
you were on your way to Fairfax.
Northern Virginia. Yeah, I had to. Fairfax. There you go. There you go. It just escaped me. But yeah, when I was in Fairfax, so I had to use the phone through that, and it was a little odd. It was a little weird. At first, it was weird using the computer though, because like who does that? But hey, so you are frozen again. I don't know what's going on here, but you are frozen. Fortunately, he got frozen in a good frame because lately people have been frozen in strange frames. Yeah, you were, but you weren't making a funny face. Um, let me see. Let's try this again.
Is it me? Is it my connection?
You keep getting these shots of Rodney, y'all. We keep saying it's like, is this definitely yours?
I don't know what's going on.
Everybody watching, if is it me or Rodney? Are y'all seeing me or y'all like who's the one that's having the difficulties? Y'all let me know. Is it Rodney or is it me or is it both of us? Somebody let us know. I'm saying that Rodney is the one with the unstable connection, but I don't know. But let's see. I'm gonna try to remove you one more time. Otherwise, the show must go on. Let's see. Hopefully, we can get him back. Everybody, let's say together, come back, Rodney. Okay? Come back with a strong connection. Don't be. They said it's me. They said it's me.
Mm-hmm.
They
I
said it's
think
me.
it's you too. Yeah. I even cut my
Oh
Wi-Fi
man.
off and streaming straight from
I
my
was feeling,
I'm streaming straight from my
yeah.
phones.
I was ready to gloat. I was ready to gloat again. Jeez.
Nah.
Can a sister just gloat about action one day? I did
So I don't see all these controls from my phone. I'm not sure what's happening, but in the meantime, I'm going to go back and I like to share for those of you that may recall. I've read from the Fierce 44 in the past, and if Miss Star will give me the screen, I'm going to share a couple of mini biographies or mini biopics from the Fierce 44. Again, this is a book that's put together by the folks from the Undefeated with ESPN. And I was watching something over the weekend. Maybe it was yesterday. I think Professor Eddie Glaude was on Meet the Press or one of the shows, and he has released a book on James Baldwin. So I thought I would share with you a little bit of James Baldwin from the 44. And then also, there's been a lot of talk about medicine. So I thought I would share a little bit about Brother Charles Drew. And then, with all of the discussion and protests and information and history that's been going on, one of the things that I have found is we lose sight of the great archives and the great ongoing history and knowledge that we get from the Black press. So I also wanted to share with you all about Robert Abbott, who was the founder of the Chicago Defender, which was one of the country's most important Black newspapers in our history. So, Ms. Starr, if it's okay, may I share those few and then come back to you?
sure y'all. Rodney's gonna have us here till 9 p.m. But yeah, that's great.
I mean, it's a one pager.
I'm
I like
just
to. I
playing.
know.
Do
I
your
just want.
thing,
I didn't
sir.
want you to
I'm
scare
gonna
the
step.
audience away. That's all.
No, 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 it's not gonna be. I'm gonna step away. I just feel a little downtrodden that Shania had to tell me it was my connection, but it's okay. I'm good and stably connected now, and I'm gonna step away and you read, you do your thing.
Okay. All right. Thanks. So again, I'm reading from the book, "The Fierce 44," 44 Black Americans who shook up the world. And as I said a moment ago, this is from the people who bring you the Undefeated website. So first, I just wanted to share a little bit about James Baldwin. And it says, because he embraced the responsibility to be a voice of his nation. And as I was saying a moment ago, I've been watching on TV over the last 48 hours or so. James Baldwin's name has come up quite a bit for a lot of great reasons. His activism, his work, uh, his ability to touch on race in America, his ability to describe some things that he saw from the time that he was born in 1924 until his passing in 1987. So this is about James Baldwin, novelist and playwright. James Baldwin knew it was his job to reveal the truth about his race, the truth about his country, the ugly truths of racism, poverty, and inequality that plague the United States even now. He confronted American racism with fearless honesty, and he did it with style. His brilliant prose combined his own experience with the best and the worst of the Black life around him, the joy, the blues, the sermons, the spirituals, and the bitter sting of discrimination. Baldwin grew up in Harlem, where his writing talent was recognized at an early age. He moved to Europe when he was 24 after becoming discouraged by racism in the United States. His first novel, Go Tell It on the Mountain, illuminated the struggle of poor inner city residents. His collection of essays called The First Next Time explosively represented Black identity just as the country was coming to terms with how much white supremacy helped shape our history. In his second novel, Giovanni's Room, Baldwin wrote about homosexuality, exploring sexual identity without ever mentioning race. As an impoverished Black gay man, Baldwin was asked if he felt he'd had bad luck. In fact, he said he believed he'd hit the jackpot. His identity helped to create his work, and his writing represented every individual whose access to American civil liberties was hampered by race, gender, sexuality, or poverty. Baldwin unapologetically asked the nation to see its true self through the beauty of its most marginalized people. Again, James Baldwin, because he embraced the responsibility to be a voice of his nation. Then I wanted to also share another. This one is about Robert Abbott. He was the founder of the Chicago Defender, and he lived from 1870 to 1940. And the caption for him reads, Because he gave a voice to the voiceless. Robert Abbott. In 1905, Robert Abbott started the Chicago Defender, one of the most important Black newspapers in history. He started with just 25 cents, the equivalent of about $7 today. What began as a weekly 4-page pamphlet distributed in the city's Black neighborhoods quickly grew into a national publication with a readership of more than 500,000. The success of the Defender made Abbott, the son of former slaves, into one of the nation's most prominent Black millionaires and paved the way for other successful Black publishers. At the Defender, Abbott encouraged the Great Migration, in which 6 million African Americans fled the poverty and racially motivated violence of the South for new lives in the West, Northeast, and Midwest. Many of them settled in Chicago, where manufacturing jobs were opening up as World War I approached. Abbott was a natural hustler, which helped his reputation and the paper's circulation. When the Defender was initially banned by white authorities in the South because it encouraged African Americans to abandon the area and head north, Abbott, who was born in Georgia, used a network of Black railroad porters to distribute the paper in southern states. His legacy lives on today in Black publications such as Essence and Black Enterprise. And again, that is about Robert Abbott, who was the founder of the Chicago Defender, and he lived from 1870 to 1940. Robert Abbott. Then I wanted to share one more, and I wanted to go into the medical field since there is so much today that we're still dealing with COVID-19 and the pandemic, and dealing with how viruses get spread and how they don't get spread, and what you should do and what you should not do. So I wanted to also share about one of the great 44, Charles Drew. So if you give me one moment here, I will bring up brother, Dr. Charles Drew. If I know how to work the table of contents well, Charles Drew is page 34. Here we are. Charles Drew is a physician. Because he was a medical pioneer who saved millions of lives, Charles Drew was born in 1904 and passed in 1950, only 46 years old. As a young man, Charles Drew was an exceptional athlete, starring in football, baseball, basketball, and track and field at Dunbar High School in Washington, D.C. He was an All-American halfback and captain of the track team at Amherst College in Massachusetts. Because he couldn't afford medical school in the United States, Drew attended McGill University in Montreal, but later moved back to the United States to teach at Howard University's medical school. Drew went on to do research at Columbia University in New York, becoming the first African American to get a medical doctorate at the prestigious school. He became the world's leading authority on blood transfusions and storage. His research established procedures for how blood should be collected and refrigerated, and how blood donors should be recruited and screened, as well as training methods for people who would collect and test blood. His research on plasma, the liquid portion of blood without cells, made it possible for blood to be, quote, banked for long periods of time. Drew's work was especially important as the United States prepared for World War II. As medical director of the American Red Cross National Blood Donor Service, Drew led the collection of tens of thousands of pints of blood for U.S. troops. Some historians say Drew's work may have saved the world from the Nazis, since battlefield blood storage and transfusions did not exist before then. When the U.S. military ruled that the blood of African Americans would be segregated and not be used on white troops, even though blood has no racial characteristics, Drew was outraged and resigned from the Red Cross. He returned to Washington, D.C. as a professor at Howard University and head of surgery at Freedman's Hospital, where he trained many Black physicians. Drew continued to work as a physician until his untimely death in a car crash. Again, Dr. Charles Drew, physician, 1904 to 1950, because he was a medical pioneer who saved millions of lives. So those are just three individuals that are contained in this book, The Fierce 44. And I look forward to my co-hosts coming back on the screen, and we can talk about what's next. And here she comes.
Yes, that's a song. You know, I speak in songs, so it made me think about this song by Leaders of the New School called "What's Next." But anyway,
Okay. I learn something new every day.
Yeah, I know you're not well versed on the hip hop thing, so I'll help you.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
No problem. No, I'm always
willing,
the hand.
But I'm always willing to learn.
Great, great. That's a wonderful thing about you, and those were wonderful selections that you read there. Um, you know, it just the adversity that we, continue to overcome, and I could wax poetic about a lot of things. I really could. Anything in particular on your mind?
No. I mean, you start off by talking about, we're in, week 16. So that still is kind of resting on me about, 4 months. And I saw where, Portia put in the comments about, projecting, how many books or how many hours of reading that is. And, then we got to remember, I think the first month we read twice a week. So it just still kind of marvels. And even as I was saying it, 4 months is a third of the year. And it's hard to believe that a third of the year has gone past.
A quarter. We had like
no, 4 months is a third, right? 3 months would be a quarter.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, uh, but the fact that we have been doing this over that period of time, in one sense, it is a very long time. But in another sense, as you were saying when you were opening up the show about the relationships and the friendships and the folks that we've met in the literacy gang, it just has been family. So it seems like it has gone by very quickly. So,
It's funny how time flies when you're
yeah,
having fun.
yes, indeed. So that is resting on me right now. As we were just kind of talking about it, because uh, we'll probably appreciate it a lot more. Uh, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, but I think it's a good thing to sometimes just take a moment and appreciate it for what it is. And so I just think that's still on my mind from the moment you said we're in week 16.
Yeah, it is a lot to take in. So, hats off to you, co-host, for being here faithfully during this time and in the midst of all your school board duties and Virginia school board duties and all the things that you do for our community. This has just really been great. And it's really, when you think about it, how it started with a frantic text message.
Yes. Yes. One of your friendly text messages. What you gonna do?
That is not what it said, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't say what is he gonna do. I was like, what's going to happen? But it was just a bunch of like questions that nobody could answer at that point. Like,
I need to go back and see what time it was, but I just remember ping, 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 ping. What is that?
I have been, I was so chill about the whole coronavirus thing. I was just like, do. But the minute they started talking about shutting down schools, I was like, wait a minute now, because I know what all the schools mean for our children. And so, as far as education, as far as a safe space, as far as somewhere to eat, somewhere for them to socialize, get loved on, all of these different things. So it was like, hold up, wait now. So who else to contact but Rodney Jordan? So and from there, we're here. And it's been a wonderful, wonderful journey. You guys are aware we told you that for the month of July, we are changing our programming model to just Thursdays. So, and the sign up sheet is available. We have that out. You can go to the Facebook page. If you are following us on YouTube and you would like to sign up, you can send an email to admin@clevercommunities.org and just say you're interested in reading, and we will send you the link to sign up. It is something that we ask you to do in advance. It's not a thing like you want to, read it on Tuesday and you send it to us at 6:30 on Tuesday. So we do kind of ask you to, try to sign up in advance. But yeah, we'll be doing Thursdays. So we're still going strong with it, and we will be posting a survey. Again, you guys will be putting a survey out that we really need everybody to respond to. It helps us out with the programming, and it helps us out as far as measuring everything, measuring the success of what we've done so far, and also hearing from you guys as to what you are interested in with us and how we should move forward with the programming. Because if you guys want us here, then we're gonna figure out how to be here. If you guys are like, we good, then we gotta rock with that. So just let us know when I drop that survey. Make sure you guys fill that survey out. It'll only take you about a minute, but that's supporting the community. That is community support right there to just stop and fill that survey out. But anyway, we got a little. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I just wanted to clarify. So we'll be doing the virtual reading piece like we're doing right now on Thursdays, and then on Wednesdays we'll have some version of Team Takeover Night. Correct?
Yes, they'll be back. Yes, I neglected to mention that because they really haven't left us, but they will be back. Their show comes back next week, so next Wednesday. So all throughout July, and I think the first week of August, the influencers will be back to take over Wednesday, and then we'll be back on Thursday. So we're still here, and we'll run old shows throughout the week. We'll run clips of old shows throughout the week, so y'all get to go back and see like really what 4 months is really like. Because you're gonna see, I was looking at them and I was like, see, yes, I've only had about 30 hairstyles. Just all the wonderful people who have come up here and how we started out without a theme song, then we got a theme song, and just yeah, it'll be good to look back on those and reminisce, definitely. So I'm gonna round it out because while you were getting inside, I did a little vote and I asked everybody to choose between 3 books, A or C. And it was a tie at first between A and C, but then A won. So I said I'm gonna go ahead. Then C was second, so I said I'll do C. We got some comments here. Sharice is still talking about she gonna sign up. Hmm. Come on, busy lady. Come on,
But
busy
I'm,
lady. We love to
but
have
I'm gonna email her. So one of the things that we transitioned from one sign up genius to another. We need to make sure that we have integrated all those readers together. So when we send out the next list, that those that read under the old sign up genius and those that read under the new sign up genius are all getting the same invitations to come back and read. So that's something we can do, today and tomorrow, and make sure that everybody gets an invitation to come back and be an all-star if they like to do that.
come back. Welcome back, Cotter. Welcome back. Okay, so let's see. We have Miss Joe. Angela said, "Hello, family. How are you doing? So glad to see you." And then Sharice says, "Oh Lord,
She's in rare form tonight.
what is your preferred method of contact, ma'am? What is your preferred method? Is it text message? Is it messenger? Is it DM, carrier pigeon? Let us know that we get that to you, okay? Okay, so let us know your preferred method of contact. So I'm going to round things out here with the joys of being a little black boy. I'm a pretty little black girl last week, and it was awesome. It was wonderful. So she says, text.
Okay, we'll text it to her too.
Okay. 2, in addition. Okay.
Yes.
We look forward to
In
having you.
addition.
So, all right, I'm gonna round it out with the joys of being a little black boy.
Okay.
Be back in a minute. All right, I am here with option C. I've had this for a while, but it's actually going to be a new read for me as well. I have not been able to delve into this one. So we will go on this journey of the joys of being a little black boy together. That black boy joy. So many things to be happy about. Let's celebrate our boys and our girls. Okay, let's celebrate them and continue to affirm them. So let's find out about this black boy joy. All right, got a little stuck together page action here, but geez. So that's actually some stuck together brown stew sauce from Desmond's. Okay, if you guys have not been to Desmond's, I frequent Desmond's all the time, and they have delicious food. And I was riding it with it in my car, and a little bit of it spilled out, and so some juice got on my book, and I was very hurt. But that's life; it happens. We're gonna keep it moving. So, hi, my name is Roy, and I live in one of the best cities in the world, Chicago, Illinois. This is my pretty mama. There's Roy and his pretty mama. She says Chicago is the best because it's the home of the first black president, President Barack Obama. And here is my dad. His name is Roy too. He is a doctor who helps take care of me and you. When he was a boy, he wanted to be like Charles Drew, word to Rodney, a black doctor who blazed a trail in blood transfusion. Yep, it's true. Excellence of performance will transcend artificial barriers created by man. Dr. Charles Drew. Today is going to be so cool because I am part of an assembly at my school. We get to talk about who we are today, and here is what I'm going to say. What are you going to say, Roy? What's Roy going to say? My name is Roy, and I am proud to be a young black boy. Okay, Roy, You better come through with that throat action too, Roy. There are a lot of men who started out as a boy like me. Their strength and courage is no doubt what set me free. Many think our story starts with slavery, but really it starts in Africa with royalty and bravery. The boy king of Egypt became king when he was just 9. That's how old I am. Doesn't that blow your mind? So when they tell you that our history starts as slaves, that's a decoy. King Tut's reign proves there's power in being a young black boy. Hey, hey, hey. Did you know that a free black man founded this great city? His name is John Baptiste Point du Sable. It's in the books, though. That part is itty bitty, of course, of course. When summer vacation begins and all of the spoils of the city you enjoy, take pride and say thank you to the man who was once a young black boy. So if he founded this city and he has a tiny little bust right there. Frederick Douglass was a boy slave who taught himself how to read and how to write and read. So back then it was against the law for blacks to know how to read, no matter how much one might beg and plead. Hope. So the next time you're reading a book, don't play coy. Read loud and read proud. That is yet another great joy of being a young black boy. Yep, and no begging and pleading. Langston Hughes was a great writer who reminded us that life will be no crystal stair and that we must keep on pushing forward and choose not to despair. So when your days are filled with little sister's homework and other things that annoy, remember that for us, my friends, these should be joys of being free black boys. Did you know that at high school, Martin Luther King Jr. was the team quarterback? Perhaps here is where he learned how to call play. Perhaps here is where he learned how to call plays, take a stand, and lead a pack. So when you're outside throwing that ball, remember it's more than just a toy. This is the joy of being a young black boy. One of my personal favorites is Malcolm X. He taught us how to respect and stand up for ourselves. This made others vexed. The next time you feel yourself feeling low, stand tall and enjoy. Malcolm taught us the strength, pride, and beauty in being a young black boy. Have you heard of the world's greatest boxer, Muhammad Ali? Or you may know him as Cassius Clay. He wasn't the greatest just because he could fight, but because he stood up and made the world hear what he had to say. The next time you find yourself in the midst of battle, it's okay to put your fist down and fight with poise. This is a responsibility that comes with age for young black boys. Like our boys from Jackie Robinson West, maybe I can play in the Little League World Series one day. I hope to play as good as them or maybe be as good as Monet. Though some used tactics that tried to destroy, I remember the day they won and the whole world saw the joy in being a young black boy. Knocked the popcorn right off the coffee table because he was so excited. Does the name Madiba ring a bell? It's another name for Nelson Mandela, who spent almost 20 years in jail. No, not for doing anything wrong, but for fighting for justice and standing strong. You see, belief in resistance is sort of how our freedom has been. Belief in resistance is sort of how our freedom has been alloyed. Mandela ended up becoming president of South Africa. That makes me even prouder to be a young black boy. So many people are frightened by who we are. That's because they know our ancestors planted the seeds for us to grow wide and far. But I am here to tell you that's what's in our DNA, that what's in our DNA cannot be destroyed. And though it may not always be easy, there is true joy in being a young black boy. And then we have the parent teacher guide. I love when they have these things in the back of the books. So everybody who was mentioned in here, they have a little brief bio on each one of these men, some information about them, and I think there may be, yeah, there are a few extra people in here as well. So this is one to add to the collection. This is one to add to the collection, you guys. The joys of being a little black boy. Yes, yes. Let's see. And I'm gonna bring my co-host back up here with me. And let's see, we have a comment here from Letitia, who is in Chicago. Love the Black History Facts and bringing the challenges to light. Appreciate you, Star, in this forum. Thanks so much, sis. Appreciate you and your support. Definitely. Thanks so much for tuning in, for your support to us, and for sharing everything. We definitely appreciate it. And then we have Sharice, who says, "Great book. Yes, you have a couple of little black boys. So you definitely want to add this to their collection so y'all can just go on and on and on about the joys of being a little black boy." Now, Jordan, you were once a little black boy.
Yes, I was.
So tell us about that joy.
Well, I think the book covered it well, and it's definitely a lot of joy. And uh,
Give us
uh,
your favorite, one of your most memorable black boy joy moments.
gee whiz, that's kind of hard. I think I may have shared with the gang before that my father would experiment on my brother and me. So anytime we went someplace, if we went on a trip or we were just at the mall, then he would always give me or give my brother and me an assignment if he saw some other child in the mall or somebody in the pool or somebody in the restaurant. No matter what their background was, he would say, "Go over there and make friends." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And he said, "You heard what I said. Go over there and make friends." So I can remember as a little boy, my father constantly uh, sending me or sending my brother and me on a mission to be the ones that would go over and break the ice and quote make friends as he described. So I definitely remember that. One of the things of many that I remember as a little boy. I can also remember back in the day when my father would cut grass and push the lawnmower. It used to be this little bar in the middle. So I would get in between and push the little bar in the middle, and he would be behind pushing the big bar. So I remember that as well. So I have lots of great memories of being a little black boy.
I think some of my most profound memories of being a little black girl involved my granny, and just things now that I would give anything to be able to do again. Because she used to like to get up early on Saturdays and go to the flea markets. It was just her thing. Like, I don't know why, but she just liked to do that. And I would be like, I don't want to get up. But then I would go with her and spend all day with her. And then she would go to the stores and we, shop and then go just do different things with her, doing things around the yard or in the house, just creative things. And she's the one who started me reading at 3. And by the time I was 4, I was writing. So, just wonderful things with Granny, who loved me fiercely and protected me so. And then that on my dad's side, my grandma and granddaddy sliding down there to Talladega and being with my cousins there and us getting into all kind of little mischief, not like anything major, just, fun and games and using our imaginations and turning backyards into islands and stories that we came up with and writing plays and having fun in Alabama. So a lot of joys in our childhood.
Yeah.
And always history, Black history was a part, directly and indirectly a part of my life.
Well, the other thing that working with you reminds me of when I was a little boy. So my mother's brother, one of my mother's brothers, Jerry, used to have a barber shop on Church Street. So we always went to Uncle Jerry to get our haircut. And so there was a store next door, and I can remember one of my jobs, my father would give me whatever it was, 15 cents, 25 cents, 26 cents as it increased over time. My job was to go to the store next door and get a copy of the journal and guide and bring it back. So I remember that. And then we would, sweep the floor and shine shoes and play checkers and sing songs. I don't know if we were annoying the customers or entertaining the customers, but going to the barbershop and, being quizzed and have the men in the shop ask you questions and being able to read books to them or, just being a part of that whole thing. And for some little kids, they would also try to sneak into the back office and look at their uncle's calendar he had on the wall. But I do remember well going to the barbershop and great memories from that.
Yeah, whenever we figure out what life is going to be like, then we got to get razor sharp readers that because as you said, and so many black men I've heard how much of an impact the barbershop had on a young boy's life. So that's why we
Mhm.
have razor sharp readers. Never thought we would have to put it on pause for anything, and we were actually in the process of expanding to Newport News, and then Corona came through and it was like so we'll give it a little bit of time, and I know that we'll rebound, and razor sharp readers will come back stronger than ever. But yeah, those are great
Yeah.
memories.
Well, maybe one day I'll do a pop up from the barbershop. I usually get my hair cut in the afternoon, but maybe one day I can do a pop up from the barber chair and do a reading, or at least record a reading that we could play one day. So, but we'll see if we can make something like that happen.
Okay. Yeah, we'll improvise. We were able to get
Mhm.
back to the full program
Mhm.
action. Sounds good to me. And I've definitely enjoyed this evening. It's always fun coming to read. But listen, you guys, hit up the sign up sheet, okay? We want you guys to come up here and read as well. So grab your favorite African American children's book or African American piece of literature, and if you don't have them, you can easily go to Amazon and order. If you are in the Hampton Roads area, you can go to Positive Vibes and purchase. And if you're like, hey, I want to read before the book is going to get here, if you get it from Amazon, you can also get the Kindle version, and you can download it, and then you can just screen share. We'll talk you through that. It's a very simple process. Don't you fret. But come on up here, you guys, because everybody wants to see the village engaged in reading. Okay, so make sure y'all get up here and look out. We're dropping the survey link tomorrow. Okay, so be on the lookout for the survey link. We're gonna drop it. We're gonna email it. We need you guys to just take a minute of your time. If you enjoyed what's been going on here, if it has been beneficial to you, please take a moment and fill out that survey for us. Okay. Was there anything else that you wanted to say?
No, ma'am. Nope. I'm just
No?
glad it's another week, and I'm glad it's another opportunity to promote culturally affirming literacy and be a part of the CCIA virtual village and the literacy game.
Awesome, awesome. Well, I'll just say this on the way out. I just want to remind everybody again and again, and it's a redundant, recurring theme. To always affirm our children during this time, during the summertime. Our children, so they deserve affirmation all the time. Let's not forget that this corona situation has been, I know it's been a lot for a lot of grown people as well, but imagine what that's like for children. So they're coming off a shaky school year that was unlike anything else that they've ever experienced before. Summer is altered. Summer is kind of like on limbo. Like, are we summering? Are we not summering? So just make sure that we are, checking in on them to see how they are doing. That's our own the children in our household. And then also affirming our children. This is something that I say, period, before there was ever a thing about coronavirus. You should not be passing by our children and not speaking to them, not speaking life into them, not at least just greeting them, telling them that they're beautiful, they're powerful. If it seems weird to you, then do it until it doesn't. but our children deserve that. As much as we've had these stories up here and we talk about the hardships and the adversities that our community has gone through, as well as the triumphs, then you should understand the need to affirm our children and see the best in them first. So the summer challenge, we're going to drop the challenge again. And I'll probably drop it more harder this time, more hard, because we had a lot of things going on last month. But one of the biggest challenges I give everybody, in addition to making sure that you are reading to and with children all throughout the summer, purchasing books as well, and doing literacy activities, is just to affirm all of our children that you see. I don't care if they are little children on up to high school children, speaking to them, speaking life into them, and making that become something that is just normal to you, even if they are a stranger. It's nothing too much to say, hey, young man, hey, sweetie, how are you doing? You look beautiful today. I'm glad you're here. The kids you see playing around in your neighborhood, speak to them. Hey, how you doing? How's your summer going? Glad you're here. Glad you're looking healthy. Whatever your thing is, but do it. And do it until it becomes normal. Do it until they don't look shocked that you're doing it, okay? So that's my word. And let's see. That's all I got to say. So right now, I'm going to let Portia and Peyton say the rest, okay? Y'all have a good evening.
Look, mommy, community in action, but oh my, let us down to that. Look, daddy, there's a book for me too, but oh my, let us down to that. Creative, affirming, and culture for me too. Look, granny, let us down to that. Look, granny, let us down to that. Look, granny, let us down to that. Learning and exploring about history, you see. Look, mommy, let us down to that. We confident, we practice in the goals and fluency. Look, daddy, let us down to that. Families, they bond and they representing me. Look, granny, let us down to that. Look, I'm here, let us down to that. Nice, I see, let us down to that.
So reliable, culturally relevant. Sit back and listen to the wisdom while we represent. So reliable, culturally relevant. Readers to leaders, they hold it down where they have to sit. So reliable, culturally relevant. Sit back and listen to the wisdom while you represent. So reliable, culturally relevant. Readers to leaders, they hold it down, yeah, they have to sit.
Look, mommy, community in action. Well, oh my, let us down to that. Look, daddy, there's a book for me too. Well, oh my, let us down to that. Creative